receiver. CeeDee Lamb gets on top. Just can't quite keep his footing to track it down. But you see Wake Martindale right there. His time in Baltimore, now his time here, he's going to be as aggressive with pressure as any defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Because Brian Anger was a Pro Bowl punter a year ago. Richie James back deep to receive it. Spiraling, perfect kick. James has some room, though.
Trina listens to 5-finger death punch?
Couple yards on the return. C.J. Goodwin down there first.
That's a surprise.
So, 8:30 to go in this first half. The Giants with a 10-7 lead. They get the ball back, too.
Jack?
Hello?
Back up in the house.
Hi, you sound far away.
Watching a little soccer. Nice.
You're welcome.
Bro, you eating my legs?
What? Oh my god, something like Stop.
And it's football.
Alright, don't start. Those are chips.
Chris, I see Sarah's posting their Thanksgiving meal. It looks like they have mac and cheese with spinach in it.
No.
Definition. Soccer is
a really
ball.
big salad.
Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
Stuffed mushrooms.
Wow. Talking about your Teen Choice Awards?
The last can, I think.
Is it called football?
I think those are stuffed mushrooms.
Or soccer.
And the last can, I think, is just potatoes.
That's a football tackle. We're playing soccer here.
Mia, you're on my field. It's football here.
He's right. It's soccer. Have you won 2 World Cups?
Does it look like I won 2 World Cups?
Is it
Jamal,
football?
you know I'm streaming this, right?
Soccer.
Football. It's soccer.
Okay.
My Doritos, football.
Or is it soccer? It's soccer, baby. We're doing that again, huh? It's a classic.
It's Chicharito against Howard. Watch it out! Cheetos!
No, Cheetos. US football. Evolved from soccer rugby. I own my own soccer team. I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Did not.
You said soccer because you know you said soccer.
You heard wrong.
My house, my rules, you said soccer.
Learn it. Love it.
Are you certified by Parks and Recreation to be on this field?
Don't hug them, Tostitos. It says soccer law, not football law. You ever argue with soccer law?
Bring it.
Got it. Go ahead. Tell them.
I need a nap, but this guy had a right game. It's time to play our game. What the fuck, man?
Just say something.
I knew it.
Just want to sleep.
We're gonna need more chips, by the way.
Chris.
Whatever.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips for the FIFA World Cup.
Oh, just trip.
Today's game is sponsored by Lay's, Doritos, and Cheetos. Don't forget the chips.
Doritos and Cheetos. What do you like better, Jeff? Doritos or Cheetos?
Thanksgiving is a traditional day, and our tradition is being at a football game and turkey legs and turduckens and great football players, and there's no place that I would rather be than right here with you at this time.
It said No Money November is going pretty well.
I lived for Pat and John growing up. That's why I'm doing this, Greg. And I know we feel honored to be here in this spot. Not a lot of people have done it, right? On Fox, Pat and John did it for years. And then Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Chris Collinsworth for a couple of years. But Joe and Troy, you guys are the best. Hope you're enjoying a Thanksgiving off.
Absolutely. And you hear John Madden say all the things that mean so much to this day and this Thanksgiving. Well, you could add the word John Madden. Those words belong at the end. He is such a staple and a fixture of what's become one of the biggest days on the NFL calendar, and that is Thanksgiving.
So here are the Giants with a lead, and then Slayton diving back could not make the catch. That would have been pretty spectacular. And so it'll be a second down. You said drive into the game, like the Giants have to throw the ball today. It's not what they do, but they've done it. Why has it worked?
Yeah, I think this is exactly.
Every time I look at something, I'm like, that's really pretty. $13,000.
The typical thinking is when you want to protect
what the fuck are you looking at?
Of course, they're a run-heavy team with Saquon. But on early downs, it's actually
no, it was a ring.
I
thought it was like a cheap ring.
This Dallas defensive line that day, they can't just rush the passer.
Cheaper rings than $13,000.
I just saw an ad and I clicked on it.
It's been tough sledding for him. That's his 7th.
Sorry, Jamal. Looks like you're spending $13,000 for
Christmas.
Christmas.
7 carries with 24 yards. Well, I mean, what a weekend of Fox, right? It doesn't get any bigger than this. Unbeaten number 3 Michigan
Alexandria
goes in
said mac and cheese.
Takes on undefeated number 2
How are they just
Ohio
eating? It's
State.
4:30.
3-hour big noon kickoff too.
I know, that's like dinner time on a regular day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you eat early and then you can go in there and make another plate.
I already had 2 plates. That's why I need a nap.
No, Jeff, you stay up all day.
Yeah, good luck with that. taking a nap after this game.
I'm just gonna do something now.
Steps away, throws incomplete. A lot of pressure that time. Micah Parsons got the first part of it. And the Cowboys will force a punt.
Yeah, Daniel Jones had to step up pretty quick in the pocket. Micah Parsons came off that left edge in a hurry. You'll see him here at the bottom of the screen. He wins fast. Nice job there by Daniel Jones stepping up, and he steps up right into the arms of
What do you want, Clay? I'm talking to you. Look at me. Do you see me looking at you?
So each defense forcing a 3 and outs.
Janae heard you in there yelling. She was like, is he playing a game or something? Yeah, and you're in there yelling about something. Yeah, I knew you were playing a game.
Gillen high. Moving kick goes way above the scoreboard here, and Turpin calls a fair catch. Boy, that was up there near the roof, it seemed like. It finally came down, and Turpin caught it. And the Cowboys will have it. 7:31 to go in this first half. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Growing up in Texas and coming to Philly, adapting to the weather has definitely been an adjustment.
It takes time and a half.
I know if you're on the Cowboys or Lions, you play on Thanksgiving every year.
I'm not only ready for winning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do play every year.
No, they play different teams. But those two
Why is that? Why do they play every year?
Because back in the day when nobody wanted to do it, those are the only 2 teams that said yes. So they just got to keep it. And now it's like,
maybe if I wait here and ignore my unpaid invoices long enough,
they don't ever play each other, no.
And magically disappear. Nope, still there.
Why wait? With QuickBooks, you can send invoices and get paid.
There's actually 3 games on Thanksgiving now.
Who says you have to spend more on skincare to get results?
But that just happened
recently,
the 3rd
with Olay. It works. Guaranteed. Try niacinamide for strength, retinol 24 for smoothness, and vitamin C for brightness. I like to use them all. Olay. Face anything.
Where'd Jeremy go?
The holidays were real quick for Romeo and Juliet. But after saving big with Amazon Black Friday, tragedy was avoided. Shop legendary deals.
It's the Sprite Holiday Special.
We all know that there's cousin magic, there's holiday music magic, then there's that world when it all comes together. So make it loud for this group that's ready to give you a show.
I see y'all forgot how to call somebody. Nah, just stay busy.
You know she busy with the glow up. We see you.
Alright, so I need ready. Joy to the world.
Joy.
Excuse us.
What is she doing?
I can't use one more member? I mean, I can play cousin.
We got too many already.
All right.
Don't miss a Masked Singer Thanksgiving semifinals. All new after football tonight.
Like shit, that was on Tanya's chest.
The biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes.
Who you talking
against
to?
the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England.
Magnificent.
Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Sprite.
I'm not getting Taco Bell.
Now the NFC East is back this year, and it's so good. Giants and Cowboys both 7-3. They're chasing the 9-1 Eagles. Washington is 6-5. Cowboys won the first meeting back in Week 3, so a monster game here. Giants up 10-7 in this second quarter. Pollard, right side, and he's going to pick up a couple. I have to go back to this punt from Jamie Gillen. That was the highest punt I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, from our vantage point, thankfully for him, the ball was on the far side of the scoreboard, but it was 20 feet up the scoreboard, just off to the left-hand side from the direction he punted. That was unbelievable.
We're on the other side of the scoreboard. It disappeared from sight for like 4 seconds.
It's unbelievable.
It's really something. 2nd and 8. Blitz coming on the fake. Prescott stands in, delivers. Gallup again! High points one. Still going. And he's across the 50. My goodness, Michael Gallup's had 3 unbelievable catches today, and he's got 25.
He really has, and this is, again, just a great route. They call this a dig route. Just going to speed turn it in. On-target throw by Dak, but it's so nice for everyone to see a receiver catch the ball with their hands. We see everybody try to body it up, and Michael Gallup's putting on a clinic.
4 catches overall, 49 yards. Pollard just can't find anything. Working, and boy, that's a lot of work for a 3-yard gain.
Who's he talking to?
Let me ask you, I'm fascinated. I wonder if the fans at home are too, just watching Prescott with all these different calls and words today.
It's really fun to watch, and I love it because we get to really get an inside look into their terminology and their code words. He gets him to the line with a ton of time on the play clock, get a good look on the defense, check it, and then get into the best possible play.
Quick throw here, coming near side. Gallup had a lot of cushion. First down and then some, and then decked by Love down to the 30. A lot of cushion on Michael Gallup's having his best game of the season so far.
Yeah, and typically we'll see this Giants team, they want to play man coverage, but as we've talked about with both starting corners being out, you don't want to leave those corners on islands too much. So you see them just playing kind of a soft zone, keeping everything in front of them, but that's not what Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, wants to be. But I think with all the injuries in the secondary, he's going to have to continue to mix that in, take some pressure off those guys.
Yes, season high 5 catches for Gallup. Drive continues. Gallup up the gut, and not much. As big old Leonard Williams made the tackle there. I mean, just a reminder, the Giants so banged up today that so many people hurt in that loss against the Lions. These are the starting quarterbacks who just got hurt. So you had 3 days in walkthroughs to prep a lot of young guys to play in the secondary, and they're doing a good job. I know Gallup's got some catches, but they're holding their own. Blitz again. Prescott gets rid of it. Dalton Schultz has his first catch of the day. And he's down to the 25. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4. And that's, to me, the impressive thing is all these injuries. You didn't have time to really practice. They're all walkthroughs on a short week because guys are beat up.
Yeah, and also to that point, when you have backups in the secondary, you can't disguise as much. You can't try to mix up your coverages pre-snap to try to confuse Dak Prescott, which is another reason Kellen Moore has him doing this up-tempo. You see he goes dummy count, he walks up, he knows exactly what they're in. Now he calls the play that he wants.
Play clock down to 1, and now they run out of time. So he had all that time, but then tried to change late, and they're going to use their first time out of the half. So we'll be right back after this message from State Farm.
Dave from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a path bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath?
Huh?
Who is that guy?
Jazz. Call her quick to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, so 3rd and 4.
Yeah, so this is the question Wink Martindale has. They're typically very good on 3rd down because of the blitzes. But there are a lot of secondary pressures. A lot of those guys are out injured. You want to play man, you want to bring pressure. There's a lot of things going through his head right now. Dallas starts an empty. It's Dak's pre-snap. That's how he knows what coverage they're in, based on who goes out with the back.
What's coming? Prescott throws it in the flat, makes it catches Lamb, makes a move, and a strong move. It's enough for a first down. Penalty as well, back near the quarterback. And so let's see what this is.
Holding. Offense number 73. 7-yard penalty. Third down.
Wow, so that'll eradicate the first downs on Tyler Smith, the rookie left tackle, moving back 10.
Yeah, you see Tyler Smith coming down on this game. Oh, yeah, he just tackles. So what happens there is he's got both of those guys. He's responsible for both of them. He's got Thibodeau. He's got the interior defensive player. He gets caught in between. He just pulls Leonard Williams down by his back. It's a tough sort for a left tackle, especially in his rookie year.
Cowboys have to get to the 21. Delayed blitz coming. Throws it underneath. Noah Brown has the catch. Penalties in the secondary. Brown is way short of a first down. But now more penalties in the secondary this time. And let's see what these are.
I think they're going to get number 30, Darnay Holmes. He was matched up in the slot against CeeDee Lamb.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, legal contact on the defense number 30.
Yeah.
It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Yeah, you see Darnay Holmes right here. He's matched up one-on-one. We mentioned it earlier, when they bring pressure, they want to play man outside, and to match up with all these guys across the board, just kind of grab CeeDee Lamb coming out of the break, and it's a huge break on what was a long, long third down to go.
Yeah, some teams trade penalties, but that one certainly hurts on the 3rd and long as Lamb takes a little bit of a rest. All right, so they're readjusting the play clock. So far in this first half, Cowboys have 208 total yards. They had a really nice long drive, 11 plays. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. Giants at the big play, 44 yards to Darius Slayton that set up Saquon Barkley's touchdown run. Those are the 2 TDs in this game. And after the penalty now on New York, 1st and 10. Tony Pollard lines up as a wide receiver now, bottom of your screen. Another flag, another couple.
False start, offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Hey, Mike Pereira, as officials, do you feel like they're just trying to be heard right now? I know, it's Thanksgiving. Their families are watching, too.
I think they don't really like to be the center of attention, but you get some of these that are so obvious that you are going to get some airtime with these.
Come on, Mike. You know you like getting a little attention out there. Come on now.
Giants have trouble getting a runner off the field here, and I think they're going to call a timeout. Yeah, Jahad Ward. Everything was running so smoothly, and then a little discombobulation there. Penalties and guys trying to get off the field, and timeouts. So the Giants call their first timeout. How about this weekend on Fox Sports? And we're so lucky to be a part of it, of course. John Madden Thanksgiving celebration right here, right now. The Giants Cowboys tomorrow. World Cup, USA and England. Huge match. Saturday, the game, Michigan, Ohio State, both undefeated. And then Sunday, America's Game of the Week. We'll be back with you from Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes and the on-fire Chiefs against the Rams.
What a weekend. If you love sports, this is some holiday weekend, and just plant yourself on the couch and enjoy.
Elliott right up the gut. Ezekiel Elliott pushing the pile down to about the 31, maybe the 30. We'll give him 4 on the carry. In the route over Minnesota last week, everything went right. Cowboys were great. But I know you said you thought that was the perfect balance of Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Yeah, because I think they played to both of their strengths. We saw them get Tony Pollard the ball in space, both in the passing game and in the run game. Here's another example of him playing here at the bottom of the screen at wide receiver. And then they can use Zeke in between the tackles, goal line, short yardage.
Here, a little trickery. Pollard on the reverse. He's in trouble, and he's got a long way to go, and he's going to be buried. Oh, the Giants were ready. Julian Love, the safety, read it well, and he had help from Nick McLeod from the secondary, too.
Yeah, Nick McLeod, one of those young guys that is getting some action today. He did a great job of setting the edge outside. You can see they're going to bring Pollard from the left. The job he does setting that edge.
Wow, we got a good old-fashioned NFC East showdown. 2-minute warning from Arlington, 10-7. Giants.
Come on, beauty.
Hey, are you ready?
I'm gonna miss you. Billy? That's your name, right? Have a little surprise for you. I'll let you do it next time. This baby's coming.
Come on. Oh, Billy.
I was working on this thing all night.
You sexy thing, sexy thing,
All right, pay attention. You cannot teach this. This girl here, with the power of Visa, she's doing nails at school to pay for school. Why? Because school ain't cheap. She's brushing away school fees, one stroke at a time. Oh, shh. Hold up, Miss Lady. Our girl just turned her side hustle into a full-blown pop-up. Lesson learned. A+, gold star. Class dismissed.
With Madden NFL 23, you get Field Sense, a new gameplay system that lets you control the passing game like never before, allowing you to place every pass where only your receiver can catch it with surgical accuracy. This year, quarterbacks like the Bills' Josh Allen, the Dolphins' Tua Tagovailoa, and the Seahawks' Geno Smith have been carving up defenses and rank among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. Take on defenses yourself and get Madden NFL 23 today.
And coming up on the Verizon Halftime Show, we'll break down the first half of this game, but more importantly, from our Fox family to yours, Happy Thanksgiving! We'll see you at the half.
Can't wait, Kurt. It's great to have everybody in the shot. So many people working hard behind the scenes and away from their families here today. Glad we could be invited into your home with your family. Great game so far. 10-7 Giants. Cowboys on the move. 2-minute warning here. Third down, have to get to the 20. Prescott, pressure, throw, and it's intercepted. Julian Love has it off the rebound. Love is going to be down at around the 25, but the Giants have their second interception today.
Well, Darnay Holmes, he had the penalty early, but he just bounced back and made the play of the game so far to force that pick to Julian Love. Wow.
Big Blue with the football and the lead.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why. Oh why can't my dream come true? Hi.
Health insurance commercial, take one. Oh, no, I got you.
8:37.
I don't actually play tennis. I'm just an actor in the commercial. Most insurance companies don't know me, but Humana does. When I was diagnosed with COPD, they helped me manage it and keep my medication costs low. Even got me playing harmonica to help my lungs.
Motorcycle scene, take one.
I can't ride this thing either.
Better care begins with listening. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
What's Thunderstruck on Farm?
What's Thunderstruck? Thunderstruck is...
You guys ready to get Thunderstruck?
I am.
Thunderstruck!
You got Thunderstruck. Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work out. You came to outwork. Let's get it. Yo. Boom. You must be the sport. Come on, you got this. Every day, man, for the
Hey, no challenge, no change.
The king goes. Let's go.
Get up to $600 off Peloton packages. Terms apply.
This is an exciting U.S. team. They're young, they're hungry, and they're led by...
Yo, Wes, did you pass that? Rolling it in, lays it off, cutting it back. What a finish! Thanks, man. Well, Giants, how about this? You look at the interceptions this year, 2 the first 10 games. They've got 2 today. Julian Love just got that one off a great play from Darnay Holmes, where Darius Williams had his first earlier in the day. And now the Giants playing well, up by 3, 1:50 to go in the half. Each team with 2 timeouts. See how they play this. Jones to throw. Pressure coming. He's in trouble. Just heaves it, and it's out of bounds. And incomplete. How about the interception, Greg?
Well, of course, when you're missing your 2 starting corners, what do? You play 7 defensive backs. That's what they had on this last drive. You mentioned Holmes in the slot. Look at him. He's carrying CeeDee Lamb. Gets his head around, causes a deflection. Julian Love, the safety, comes up with the picks. You see CeeDee Lamb there. He's not happy. And obviously Love on the other side is thrilled. How about that? 7 defensive backs, and your 2 starting corners aren't even playing.
That's guts, but so far they're playing pretty well, obviously, with the 2 interceptions. And now Jones, pressure coming right away, dumps it off Barkley. Penalty flies from the secondary. Barkley with a short gain, and let's see what the penalty is. But DeMarcus Lawrence is coming untouched. You know where Brian Dable thinks it's going.
Legal use of hands. Hands to the face on the defense, number 26. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic. First down.
There you see Deron Bland right there. That's who they called the penalty on. See, he gets his hands right up into the face. Pretty clear there on Isaiah Hodgins. That first down. Now they got a chance. I'm with you. I would love to see the Giants. They've played pretty aggressive all day. Graham Gano, their kicker's got a big leg. We saw him hit a 50-plus earlier in the game. You get another 20, 25 yards here, you might be able to steal 3 points before the half.
Yeah, I mean, Graham Gano's got a 57-yard field goal already in this game. Jones looking, firing. And that is intercepted for the Cowboys. Donovan Wilson has it. He's up and spinning. Penalties on this play. Well.
It's going to be interesting to see what this call is. The flag came from the nearest official right to where Donovan Wilson made the pick. Talking it out right now and sort through. And what a turn this would be if this play stands.
Jones, rolled out it all day. You talked about them being aggressive. Mike McCarthy, his tone doesn't give you the idea that it's on the Giants. Let's see.
Well, the quarterback was in the pocket. Legal contact. Defense number 7. 5-yard penalty and an automatic. First down.
Wow, obviously huge. It's on Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs is covering Hodgins. Just clearly got his hand grabbing around his collar. That's when the flag came out, and unfortunately for Dallas, that would have been a huge turn of events here to steal another possession going into halftime, but Giants got another shot.
Now Jones back taps and throws. Slayton's got another one. First down on the slant into Dallas territory with 1:18 to go, but plenty of time with 2 timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time here. Get a play that you like. You don't need to be in super hurry up tempo. You've already crossed midfield. That's goal number 1. Now get in field goal range.
Pressure. Jones steps away. Now he's going to take off and run. Tackled from behind by Lawrence, but it kind of threw him forward enough that it gets him down to the 42.
And that was a good late reaction by Daniel Jones. The Dallas Cowboy defenders were gaining ground. It looked in real time like there was going to be a little bit of a strip sack opportunity, but fortunately he felt it and took off and made a play with his feet.
36 seconds. No timeouts taken yet by the Giants. They've got 2. And movement there. That's going to move back 5. Yeah, you see Brian Dable says now we got to use a timeout because otherwise it would be a 10-second runoff.
You see Dable, he's saying, let's go. He doesn't know what was taking so long to get that ball snapped in a hurry-up 2-minute type situation.
To be fair, let's remind everyone, they're playing without 3 offensive linemen on a short week, and it's been relatively clean. It's that Jack Anderson who's making his start today at left guard, his first.
You see Daniel Jones, he's clapping. That's the universal sign by every quarterback in the league, meaning go ahead and snap the ball. And Nick Gates, the center, as you mentioned, filling in for John Feliciano, who's out for injury, didn't get the ball back.
That's Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator for the Giants, was in Kansas City under Andy Reid. This is his first time as an offensive coordinator calling plays. What's he have in store here on a 2nd and 8, 30 seconds left, one timeout for the Giants. Blitz picked up. Jones throws over the middle. He's got a completion for a first down. That's Tanner Hudson, the tight end, who's got his first today. And now a timeout is called.
Really nice job by this offensive line. Matt Breida, the number 31, the back. Dallas lined up Micah Parsons at defensive tackle, tried to bring a little blitz stunt inside and picked up really well.
Wow, that was close. That's Lawrence, who's been close a couple times, and he just missed, and instead the completion to Hudson. So right here, it's a 54-yard field goal from Graham Gano. It's well within his range, especially indoors. He had a 57-yarder earlier today, and the Giants without timeouts here.
Yeah, so this is a mandatory get down. So if they catch the ball inside the numbers, you've got to get down to ensure you have enough time to get lined up and spike it.
Get it out to Barkley. It looks like he's just trying to make it a little bit shorter field goal.
Yep.
20 seconds.
Yeah, so they still have enough time here. They still have enough time that you can't get the ball out of bounds like they did there. He's telling them in the huddle. It's mandatory get down clock. Trying to pick up as much yardage as possible for Graham Gano in this field goal attempt.
And of course on 2nd down, still have the spike available here.
These will choose to run it, or they can throw it inside the numbers as long as they get down quick.
They will run it. Barkley right off the gut. Barkley. And now they look to spike inside the 30. Getting everybody lined up here.
Yeah, they'll let this run down as much as they can.
And
really nice patience.
Yeah.
Great patience. They want to make sure this kick, no matter what, is the final play of the half. That's a really well executed 2-minute drive here going into halftime by Daniel Jones and this Giants offense.
I mean, think about the penalty, though, on Diggs. They had an interception by Donovan Wilson. That changed that. Now the Giants see if they can capitalize and add to their lead.
Yeah, we've seen both teams kind of benefit from some timely penalties. We had a Giants touchdown taken off the board due to a penalty. Now a Giants drive sustained because of a Dallas penalty.
So here's Gano from 47, which should end the half. And first the Cowboys say, we're going to make you think about it. They'll call a timeout here. Why not? They had 2 left. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You know, when we started the broadcast, talked about these teams are both 7-3. Huge game, but different feels. Giants looked terrible last week. Their worst game of the year, losing to Detroit. Cowboys were awesome, and they rolled Minnesota on the road. It's changed the tenor a little bit today, hasn't it, in the first half?
And if you're Brian Daboll, you have to be thrilled. You know, to go through all the injuries on a short week, coming off a bad loss to Detroit. We mentioned the defense at the start of the show, that they were going to be the ones responsible for kind of keeping this game close, but I say the same about Daniel Jones and this offense. They've more than done their part today.
Gano from 47, snap and hold are good, and the kick is good. So Graham Gano at the buzzer, his 2nd field goal of the day. And the Giants with a 13-7 lead at the break. A really good first half. The Verizon halftime, plus the halftime extravaganza featuring the Jonas Brothers coming up after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
This is an exciting U.S. team. They're young, they're hungry, and they're led by...
Yo, Wes, could you pass that? Rolling it in, lays it off, cutting it back. What a finish! Thanks, man.
Because it was like, it literally was like the whole, like it wasn't